All right, please introduce yourself, state your name and DOC number for the record.
Carpenter Waxman, 123648.
Hi, Russell. My name is Brendan Kelsey. Along with me is Mr. Marabella and Ms. Wise will be your panel. Explain the process to you. I'll read some information to the record. We'll have a parole interview, ask you some questions. You can respond. At the end, you can make a statement. We'll take a vote. You understand the process?
Yes, sir.
And you have Carrie Myers here and Pamela Gully here. They'll speak at the appropriate time. Russell Wexler, DOC number 123648, second class offender, parole eligibility date 5/17/2023, good time 1/15/2037. 99-year sentence, commutation by the governor, signed on 5/17/23 for second degree murder. Does that sound correct?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, Russell?
62.
60 what?
62.
62. And how many years have you been incarcerated?
Just a little over 36 years.
And what is your current position there at the police barracks?
I take care of the dormitory and go around and pick up trash on the yard to help the yard early on.
Okay. And what's your plans if you be released? Where are you going to go? What you going to do?
If given parole, go through the parole project, and from there waited on the interstate compact agreement to come through to be with my aunt. From there, I've looked into another reentry program up there in Ohio.
So you're going back to Ohio? Is that where you're going?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And have you ever had any disciplinary write-ups in the 36 years you've been there?
I've got 13, sir.
13. And tell me what was going on with you back then. That's many years ago. What exactly was happening back there for you when you committed this crime, this terrible crime?
I was lost, drank a lot, had nowhere to go, and I was just roaming. Just really
And
nowhere
what
to go.
happened? What happened? Tell me what happened.
I went back to New Orleans to follow up on a job that fell through, and that's when I met Henry Amon. And he offered me some work at a little cottage that he had, cleaning it up and redoing the inside with the work experience and stuff that I had. After there, a couple of days, he approached me about having a sexual relationship with him. We got into an argument that ended up in a fight, and when we fell to the floor, I felt something on my hand, and then I just started swinging it at him, and that's when he fell back onto the floor. And I panicked and just grabbed his keys and left.
So had you been drinking at the time? You were in drugs? You said you drank a lot.
Earlier that day, we had
Okay. So what is that? What's your plans to stay sober?
continue on with AA and NA, getting to Ohio, finding a sponsor and support groups up there. You know, once I was, I am up there.
And what kind of work are you going to do up there once you get up there?
I have two jobs pending. One is at the church that I'm a member to, and the other one is a company called Opera Manufacturing. As far as what I'll be doing there, it'd be most likely maintenance and general maintenance in that area.
Okay. Mr. Carey Meyer, we'll hear from you. Oh, wait, go ahead, Lieutenant. Give us an update. Give us some information.
Mr. Waxman's been here a little over 6 years. Most of that time he worked at Troop A in Baton Rouge. We just recently brought him back here to the barracks because he worked so hard and put in so many hours at the troop. We kind of needed, as he's getting up there in age, we kind of needed to let him coast a little bit because he earned a right to have a little bit easier job. He's a very hard worker. He's very, very good with his hands in doing maintenance. We've had no problem. Even when I see him every day, numerous times a day, the first thing he tells me is not, how are you doing? What's going on? He asks me and everybody else, what can I do for you? So, and that's the person he is.
All right. Thank you, sir. Carrie, we'll go ahead and make a statement.
Yes, good afternoon. We've been working with Mr. Waxler actually since his commutation recommendation, and we're very pleased that the governor signed that recommendation. We understand that he's got his long-term plan in Ohio, and his ICOTS is pending, and we're here to provide that transitional support before he makes that transition to Ohio. After 36 years, we know that our program would benefit him greatly, and we just asked this board to allow us to help him succeed and grant his parole today.
So how long is he going to stay with y'all?
He'll be with us through he'll have to complete the program. If his ICOTS is approved before then, he'll complete our program. If his ICOTS, that'll be at least a month. At minimum, and if his ICOTS is not approved at that time, he'll continue to stay with us until it is.
And what about once he goes to Ohio? Will y'all still have communication, contact?
Yes, we will. We will continue to follow up, case manage, even if it's remotely, offering support for at least a year. But I can tell you that, you know, and we say this all the time, once a client, always a client.
All right, thank you. All right, Pamela, would you like to make a statement?
Had to find my button. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. We got it.
Well, I'm Russell's aunt, and this is who left. This is who I saw the first time when I came to Angola. And that was almost 10 years after he got on a bus one day in Ohio and left. This was the first time I was able to see him when I was able to visit the prison. And now you see the man who spent this time there. He's had some hard times. He had some real struggles, but I am so proud that he did the one thing I told him to do, which is not give up. He didn't have a good start in life, and I know that. I live that as the outsider with my sister and her family. There were a lot of struggles there. Both of his parents are now gone. His grandma, who supported him, has died. Will be 2 years ago at 98. So we've got a lot of, longevity. So I think even with him coming out of prison at 60, whatever it is, Russell, I never can remember because somebody told me I'm 70 and I deny it. But I'll tell you what, he's got a lot to contribute, and I'll be damned if he doesn't. I told him when he got in the prison, I said, the one thing you have to do for me to continue to connect with you is get your GED. He did, kicking and screaming, but he did. And he did well. He kept going with getting Bible courses and other things. I got him connected with my church, who've taken him in and supported him and have been critical in making this process happen. I just want him to come home. I want him to prove to the rest of the world that he can be a responsible and independent person. I think the potential is there. And I appreciate in such an odd way everything that the Louisiana prison system has done for him to give him the opportunity to learn, work through his issues, work through his problems, and then see his strengths. He's an unbelievable artist. He's a good craftsman, and he's going to be able to build on that. And I do think, Mr. Myers, I thank you and the Parole Project for the work you've done to help him, and knowing that you'll be there to support us as we make this transition back to Ohio. I will not enable him. He's going to have to be independent, and he's got to do the work. And I honestly believe that he will.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, Russell, would you like to make a statement on your behalf?
I appreciate this opportunity to be in here. And I know what I did years ago was wrong. It should have never happened. And I deeply apologize for that to his family, friends, people here in the state, to everybody, because it was wrong. And I do take accountability for it, I have full responsibility. And I just appreciate this opportunity to move on forward here to prove myself that I am capable to be out in society and giving back to the communities. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Panel's prepared to vote. I'll vote first. Mr. Rexler, you've done a good job, a lot of good work, a lot of time in. You have positive comments. You have a good plan. My vote would be to grant your parole today to Louisiana Parole Project. And want you to have to do NAA 1 time a week. I'd like you to be involved. And I'd like to do community service 4 hours per month. Give back to the community, your church, whatever. Do something positive. I know you'll be busy working. And again, you're going to Louisiana Parole Project until your ICOTS is approved, and then you'll go back to Ohio. So my vote is to grant. Mr. Wise.
Congratulations, sir. Job well done. You had a good ad, and I thank her for complimenting Louisiana DOC. I thank you for seeing the value and what we've done, what was provided to you that you took advantage of. And that's key. You took advantage of the opportunity. Best wishes to my vote is to grant, and I concur with the conditions set by my colleague.
All right, Mr. Marabella.
My vote is the same for the same reasons. Good luck to you, sir.
I have 3 votes to grant your parole with NAA 1 time a week, 4 hour community service. Your parole's been granted. Good luck to you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. We'll adjourn at 12:20. State Police Barracks. Thank you.
Thank you.